So let's get started then. Hello, everyone. So I'd like to call this meeting to order. So believe it or not, it's hard to believe that we are into the second month of this year, and as everyone knows, tomorrow is so-called Setsubun in Japan. Setsubun is the day prior to the start of spring in Japan. According to the traditional calendar, still it's cold, but it's the beginning of the spring. And it literally, Tetsubun means seasonal division. So it marks the start of the spring season. So, and in Setsubun, to ward off a bad luck and evil spirits for the upcoming year, Setsubun was accompanied by a number of rituals and traditions, such as mamemaki, which means bean throwing. I don't usually enjoy bean throwing, but those of you who are looking forward to do mamemaki, please enjoy. So without further ado, let's start the first meeting. So we have no guest today, so let me hand it over to Toastmaster of the Day, Taka Miyawaki.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam President. And hello, everyone, as well. Okay, so this is a lunch meeting. Let's not waste any time. Move on to role takers introduction. The first role today is grammarian Toastmaster Kono. Please explain your role.
Thanks very much, Toastmaster Miyawaki. I'm the grammarian for the day. I'll be listening for good use of the English language as well as errors in the use of English grammar and report to you at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving on. Wardmaster is supposed to be Toastmaster Tada. Do we have her? Nope.
Apparently, no.
Okay. Do we want to skip? Okay, let's skip. Okay, and our counter has been taken by Toastmaster David Blumberg. Please explain your role.
Today I'm going to be listening for words like ums, and all those lovely words that take away from your speech and make it a little less effective. And at the end, I'll be reporting the numbers, and hopefully you'll use that to make your experience more positive in the future by reducing those. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, and next role is timer. Timer today is Toastmaster and President, Toastmaster Araki.
Okay, as the timer, my role is to keep track of time for each prepared speech and table topic speech and evaluation. For prepared speech, a speaker will speak for 5 to 7 minutes. My background will change from green to yellow at 6 minutes and yellow to red at 7 minutes. And each table topic speaker is given 2 minutes. I'll raise the green card when the speaker has spoken for 1 minute, then yellow card at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and the red at 2 minutes. And the same as for the evaluation, the timing is 2 minutes. The time is given 3 minutes. I'll raise yellow. My background will change to yellow at 2 minutes and change to red at 3 minutes. Okay, back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Araki. And today we don't have speech evaluation, so we only have general evaluation.
Okay.
Yeah, just a note. Okay, and thank you very much. And vote counter is always Toastmaster Naito. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I will be counting votes during the table topic session. Please enter that person who you think is the best table topic speaker into the chat box. In case you have forgotten where the chat box is, you can see it on the lower right side of your screen. There's a box that says chat, and just select my name as the, okay, I think my name is shown as the speaker, but please select my name and send me a vote. You can practice right now by sending just a hello or Your name, test. Yes, I'm receiving some messages. Okay, good. I think everybody knows how to vote. So at the end of the session, I will report the vote to you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Naito-san. Great, thorough explanation. Thank you. Everybody tested? Okay, last but not least, we have a photographer. Photographer today is Toastmaster Spiro.
Thank you, Toastmaster Miyake. As the photographer, I'll be taking pictures of the meeting. If you would not like your picture taken, please send me a private message so I can make sure you don't come up in the picture. So yes, please, everyone, stay pretty during the meeting. And yeah, I'll take loads of nice pictures. Back to you, Toastmaster Miyake.
Thank you very much. Okay, everyone, stay pretty. Okay, let's, without the guests, it's very smooth. Everybody knows what we do. Okay, let's move on to the first session. The first session is prepared speech session. And today we have one speaker, a very special speaker, Toastmaster Ichiro Naito. And Naito-san, this is your contest speech.
Right.
And in English?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Okay, so we don't have prepared speech evaluator, so we will have a feedback session right after the speech, Naito-san's speech. Okay. Should I just introduce? Naito-san, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Can you see the timer?
Yes, I can see the timer.
Yes-san. Okay. Is audience ready? Okay, very good. Okay, Naito-san. The first speaker is Toastmaster Ichiro Naito. The speech title is Liberation. Liberation. Toastmaster Ichiro Naito.
Fellow Toastmasters, how many of you send New Year's greeting card? Raise your hands. Not too many. Well, sending New Year's greeting cards, postage cards. Some people send email messages. Some people send line messages. But according to the most latest survey by a marketing company, 52% of Japanese people do send the postage New Year's greeting cards. So I'm still in the slim majority. And I also receive New Year's greeting cards. And I noticed that many of them just say, 今年もよろしくお願いします. And just a standard message. Some people have just printed messages and nothing even handwritten. But I like to make it a little more personal. And I usually write something like, well, let's get together this year. Or people who I haven't seen for a long time, I would say, we should really get together this year and go out for a drink. Well, there are many people that I haven't seen for a long time since the COVID pandemic started in around 2020. And I think about these New Year greeting cards. I realized that many of these people that I write, let's get together soon, I haven't seen them even before the COVID pandemic started. So this message kind of became a hollow promise. Turns out that these messages are exchanged every year, but they just keep repeating. Message, never seen them. Message, never seen them. Well, there's all kinds of excuses for not carrying out my promise. Like the COVID pandemic, I didn't want to look inappropriate by asking people to go out for a dinner or for a drink. They might think, don't you know that there are more than 10,000 people per day being infected in Tokyo, and you're asking me to go out for a drink? Do you want me to get sick? But then I realized they never said that. It's all in my head. I'm just imagining people saying these things and thinking that it might be inappropriate to ask them to get together. So these are internal restrictions because of the vaccination is being people are being vaccinated 3-4 times. And there are no legal restrictions preventing you from going out. People are just self-imposed staying home or staying away from restaurants. So these are not external restrictions. Many of these things, I believe, are internal restrictions. And I also had a lot of excuses. I was thinking maybe these people are busy. They probably don't have time. They live too far away. Or I had other personal matters. So I kind of hesitated asking them to go out. Well, now that COVID will be treated like influenza, like the flu, very soon the category will change, and starting around May 8th, we will no longer have to wear masks, even indoors. So the world is slowly getting out of the COVID situation. So this is the time to probably carry out many of the things that you put on hold because of the pandemic. I might call it the post-COVID to-do list. People that you wanted to see, places that you wanted to go, activities that you put on hold. But then, when the time actually comes, will you actually do them? Last year, during the Golden Week, I had lunch with a husband and wife at a very airy, well-ventilated restaurant in Tokyo. Before the spread of COVID, I used to see them pretty often to celebrate each other's birthday, to meet with mutual friends, and it was a very strange, and I haven't seen them since 2020. So it was very strange to meet them after 2 years. It's like, hello, nice to see you. Should I shake your hand? Kind of hesitate. Of course, I shook their hands. The restaurant was right next to a river, and we had a table next to the window with a very nice view of the river. It was a sunny day. Temperature was mild, and we all removed our masks. And I felt the warm breeze on my face, something that I haven't felt for a while. And I felt liberated from all the restrictions. And the frustration due to the uncertain future was like a cloud hanging over my head. And I felt like this imaginary cloud was partially lifted and the world looked a little bit brighter. I felt like I took a positive step forward. And I went over this internal barrier that I put in front of me. So we often feel frustration or anxiety because we face some obstacles. But let's think about it. These obstacles might be external or internal, and we might be imagining things and put up barriers that really don't exist. It's all in our head. Like the inappropriate message that I felt when that made me hesitate to ask people. If they are internal barriers, obstacles, you can remove them by just changing your mindset. You have your to-do, the post-COVID to-do list, and I like to check them off. I did this, I did that, by removing my internal barriers. Going back to the New Year's message, some people that I said, let's get together soon, I'm going to start calling them and meeting them by removing my inner obstacles. Contest chair.
Okay, Natsu-san, thank you very much. Okay. Yes, some of us have heard this speech, and we can maybe compare with the previous version. Okay. So, Dia-san, would you please give us the timer's report?
Yes, the time is 7 minutes 29 seconds.
Wow. Time very well used. 7 minutes and 29. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's give Naito-san a feedback. Our feedback. How do we do this? Anybody wants to go first?
Well, maybe I'd like to hear from people who heard this for the first time.
First time, okay. So first time, who's first time?
I can do that if you want.
David, please.
Sure. I noticed at the start you said New Year card, and then New Year's cards. It's just it was just a little consistency thing there at the very beginning, and you fixed it up in the cards from then on out, so that wasn't much of an issue. Your ums and ahs counts pretty good, but I noticed that you're starting to use some places where you're trying to collect your thoughts where you're using well, and you'd use that a few times near the start. So maybe those are kind of an issue. The speech itself was very good. When you were mentioning the whole thing, I was starting to think of when you start talking about how you want to remove the barriers and go out. You might want to, you can use the psychological term, what is it, conditioned learning, where basically where they teach animals, you know, they put something where it's a block and then they can't go past that area, and then they can remove the block later and the animal still won't cross that barrier because they've been conditioned to learn that that's the edge of their area. So you can mention that. I thought the speech was really good. I thought it was really useful. Another thing, when you were saying, I was thinking maybe you could throw something in there like, I'm really not proposing you become a rebel or anything, but, but you know, just kind of make it a little more fun or something like that. But overall, it was very entertaining. It was very information rich. I thought it was a really good speech.
Okay, thank you. So conditional learning, yes, that's like Pavlov's dog kind of thing.
Yes, kind of.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else who heard this for the first time?
David? Okay, before that, I'll just send you the comment sheet link. So, you know, in case you don't have enough time to give feedback, please fill it out. Okay, anybody else? We just go around, maybe. Okay. Victor, is this your second time or first time?
I think I heard this one, I mean, as a contest speech the first time, but I think we use some, I mean, this speech, I think it's the second time or third time you use it. I remember I heard it a few years back.
I don't think I did this at a contest.
No, not as a contest, but it was a speech.
Yeah.
I think you used a lot of that at that time, from that time.
Yeah, probably about a year ago.
Yes. Yeah, but it's the first time I heard it, I mean, for contest, but yeah, I feel it's pretty good. I mean, the pace, I think it's a little bit slow in some parts. That's why I feel. You can bring more emotion. So the people get surprised, for example, when you remove the mask, you can be more expressive, how you are liberated, right? How do you feel now? How you feel oppressed before? Things like that give more variety to the speech, because I was feeling that even though the content was good, I was feeling like it was kind of flat, the delivery, pretty much the same pace, the same way from the beginning to the end. So adding more inflections, more expressions, more body language will be more value, more will bring more the attention of the audience.
Okay, thank you.
What I think. Especially when you're talking about when you meet your friends again, you just remove the mask, and probably also express a little bit more when you send the cards. I mean, some people feel like how can I say that? Feel happy to receive the cards, but it's cumbersome to also send the cards, right? Not exactly how you should feel or that. It depends on people on different people. But sometimes receiving too many cards, and then you think, okay, I didn't send to these people or that people. You feel a little bit forced to do things because of the nature of doing, because of doing. Right? You mentioned something like that in your speech, right? That's why you keep sending the same message, even though you are not meeting the people.
Yeah. Okay.
But pretty good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Anybody else? Kono-san's in deep thinking. Kono-san? Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, thank you, Naito-san. I did listen to this speech before. I distinctly remember it. I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward, the storyline itself. So it kind of sticks. That's probably why I remember the story. So that's good. It's, you know, a simple story is always impactful. I personally, yeah, because I have this exactly the same situation with these New Year cards, where it's kind of gotten into a formality, and we don't see each other at all. So that resonated to me personally. So just as a contest speech, I'm just thinking, it just felt a little bit like you were reporting what happened as they you know, as in the sequence of how they happen, which is fine in itself. But I think for contest speech, you want a little bit more like a journey, you know, like an up, down, and then you come back out of the valley, and you know you're at the other side, and that's why you're telling the story, right? So in the end, you connected it back to the title. You liberate yourself by taking out the mental barrier or something like that. But that means that before that, there was a much bigger hesitance or resistance to meet these people, and so there must be that aha moment where you actually went there and was, wow, I really miss these face-to-face interactions. What you know, it's like right, that revelation. But up to that point, I think you want to kind of show that you're very hesitant, you know, to even like meet or touch people, or you know, be in that situation, and then you kind of realize what you've been missing all along, and you say, oh, this is what I need to do. You know, that kind of journey might be useful to get the message across.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, Kono-san, thank you very much. Okay, no more?
No.
Okay, Stefano, just quick one, and you're the last one.
Okay, yeah, I think Kono-san kind of summarized some of the points I wanted to mention. I thought for a contest speech, maybe a bit more gunpowder would be good. So, but I feel like a paragraph of notes, but I'm trying to like think which part. I'm not sure if maybe the disappointment in opening up the card, you can kind of create a bit more gesture there, but I'll think about it and I'll add feedback in the forum. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Great, thank you very much. Yes, Naito-san, the part I really liked was, you know, when you go out to the restaurant and you feel liberated. That is, you know, if that's your climax, you have to make it. You know, you have to make it climax. But I like that scene. Like, oh, feel liberated. I want to feel the same. Okay, thank you very much, all. And please write your comment on the comment sheet. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the next session is table topics session, and table topic master is Toastmaster Victor Hirakawa. Would you take over? Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Miyake. So we started this new year and we heard about the cards, and we are now in the second month of the year, and probably we'll have quite many resolutions and things that we are planned for the year. Now, who wants to be a volunteer for the next question? I have a list of questions here. Well, there are different questions. I mean, I will not share in advance. So who wants to volunteer now is a big challenge. who wants to try? If not, I will pick someone. I have 7 questions, so everyone can, if we have the time, we can all talk.
We'll probably have just 3.
Okay. Okay, let's pick up then someone. Stefano, you're the first one on top of my screen, so you are the one. The first question is, if you could pick up a new skill in an instant, what will that skill be? If you could pick up a new skill in an instant, what will that skill be? I think you're on mute.
Okay, thank you, Table Topics Master. If I could pick a new skill, what would that be?
The time is 1 to 2 minutes, just in case.
Okay, thank you. Let me think. I'd say rather than it being a new skill, maybe it's picking back an old skill that I used to have and I recently lost. I used to be very good at being able to focus on an exam and just study for that. But somehow over the year, it seems like as I have aged, I'm a bit all over the place and I've slowly drifted to this kind of inefficient, all over the place person. But I think when I was in my mid-20s, when I had an exam, I used to have the skill of just ignore everything else and just eat that, sleep on that, and breathe that. And that's something I realized recently, that a skill that I'm lacking. I know I sound like a broken record, but there's a Japanese financial analyst exam that I've been preparing for quite a while. And I've been, I'd say rather than taking an exam, I'd been charitably giving some of the hard work and money to the society to keep retaking the exams and the support. So rather than saying I'm a test taker, I say I'm a charitable giver of that association, and I support the cause of the Japanese Financial Analyst Association. But I've been struggling in passing the exam and putting on the side the language issues. I have reached the conclusion that rather than it being a matter of resourcefulness, it's the matter of commitment. So I do miss that commitment that I had in the mid-20s. So I definitely want to work in picking up that skill, in having a razor focus in a single goal. So yes, wish me best of luck, and I'll keep trying. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Victor.
Thank you, Toastmaster Stefano. Hopefully you can achieve your goals. Next one, let me be David. I haven't heard you for quite a long time. The question is, let's say you're a child again, 7 years old. What will you want to be when you grow up? Let's say you're a child again, 7 years old. What will you want to be when you grow up?
If I was 7 years old again, trying to decide what I was going to be when I was grown up, I'll tell you exactly what I would pick. It would be whatever is in front of me at that very moment. When I was 7 years old, my attention span was not very long. If I was watching a show about an astronaut, I wanted to be an astronaut. If I was watching a show about a fireman, I wanted to be a fireman. It didn't matter. It was whatever was in front of me at that moment. So I was just enjoying myself being a kid. So I think at 7 years old, my decision would actually be, I don't really care what I am when I grow up. I just want to enjoy my life right now. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster David. Who wants to go next? Let's say Tejima-san.
Yes.
If you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be? If you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be?
Okay. I'm gonna definitely choose Hawaii. That I'm gonna live in for the 1 year is because I just love Hawaii. Whenever I go to Hawaii, it makes me feel something special. So they have the beautiful ocean, beautiful sea, and a beautiful beach. And that reminds me of the beautiful beach and ocean when I go to Okinawa. But that's something different when I go to Okinawa, comparing to Hawaii. So I feel lots of energy, the positive energy. They are some powerful power sports. Do you know what is power sport? The power sport is something where you can feel, so special, like positive energy. Maybe, and then you can, as if you feel you can change your life. Yeah, but so they give me some great energy whenever I go to the Hawaii. So I really like Hawaii, and then I really wanted to live in Hawaii. In the future, I wanted to live a dual life. Half of the year I live in Japan, somewhere in Tokyo or somewhere in Japan, and then half of the year I wanted to leave Hawaii. So I like so much. So that's why I wanted to leave Hawaii for 1 year. That's all. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you,
Mr.
Toastmaster.
Miyakawa.
For you, if your goal and live in Hawaii. Do you have time for one more?
Yeah, just a quick one, maybe.
Okay. Toastmaster Kono, if you could be any animal in the world, what animal would you choose to be? If you could be any animal in the world, what animal would you choose to be?
Aha. Okay, thank you for that interesting question. So the question is, if I could be any animal, what would I choose to be? Usually when I get this question, I answer bird. But the type of bird that migrates, is that the word to use? Season to season. So these birds, they when it comes to the season, every year they fly thousands of miles from the tropics up to north, I guess, and then in the winter time they go back to the tropics. And I always just find that so amazing that they could stay in the air for so long and also go in the same direction, the right direction, without, they don't have Google Map or a smartphone or anything else, but somehow for thousands of years they've been doing that, reading, coming back, and that just amazes me. And the thought of just floating in the air for hours and hours and watching the land go by underneath without any other sort of means of propulsion just fascinates me. And I think, yeah, that's why it kind of is appealing. It's a very liberating notion, to use Naito-san's word. So I don't know, maybe I feel very constrained in my personal life right now. So that's maybe why I want to be a migrating bird. So that's my answer. Yeah. Thanks. Back to you, Victor.
Toastmaster Kono. I think we are up time now. So I'm giving back control to Toastmaster Miyawaki-san. And before that, I think we need to get a timer report.
Yes. Okay, for timer's report. Toastmaster Stefano, 1 minute 45 minutes. And Toastmaster David, 43 seconds. A bit short. Toastmaster Yuma Tejima is 1 minute 51 seconds. And Toastmaster Kono is 1 minute 50 seconds. So
Okay,
I think
everyone's
all
still
correct.
eligible. Minimum 30 seconds, I think, right? So-
Yeah.
So everyone is eligible, so please cast your votes and given by the control to Toastmaster Miyawaki-san.
Okay, please send your votes to me.
Yes. Okay. Okay, Victor, thank you very much. Very interesting topics. different angles, different perspectives. Thank you. Okay, moving on to the evaluation session. The general evaluator today is Toastmaster Yuma Tejima. Yuma-san, are you ready?
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster
Thank you.
Takamiyaki. So let's start evaluation session. I'm a general evaluator today, and I will conduct general evaluation session consist with usually 3 parts. So speech evaluation, followed by role takers report, and then lastly my evaluation of all overall meeting. However, we have done a group feedback session earlier instead of a speech evaluation because of upcoming contest. So we will skip that. Then now we move on to the role takers report. So let's start with grammarian report. Toastmaster Daisuke, over to you. Would you give us a grammarian report?
No evaluation today then, right? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, group feedback has been done.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I didn't pick up any glaring errors in grammar. So I will just give you a list of idioms or phrases that I thought were I liked, and I'd like to use in my speech, or maybe it would be useful for you. Just quickly going down the list, Araki-san said that this marks the start of so and so. That's a good phrase that we can use all year round. Naito-san's speech, many good phrases, but I liked hollow promise. And it's all in your head. Yeah, we say that a lot. It's all in our head. Psychological barriers, right? Also, Stefano's table topics. Eat, sleep, and breathe something. That's a very nice sort of 3-part phrase that we can use in many instances. I really eat, sleep on, and breathe that stuff. That means that you're really into something. I like that. Broken record is another one. I'm sure younger people don't know what records are, but that means that you keep repeating yourself. And also razor sharp focus. That's another good one. David's short attention span. Yeah, I have that problem even now at 60 years old. So I like that one. And finally, Tejima-san's dual life, very appealing. Okay. So that's about it for me. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Daisuke. So next one, usually the word Meister. However, today, unfortunately, Tada-san, the absent. So we're gonna skip that. I'm gonna skip that. And the last one is our counter report. So Toastmaster Stefano Spio, would you please give us a counter report?
Actually, I took that over.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, David.
Sure, no problem.
Yes. So David, would you please?
I had 4 ahs for Riaraki. Mostly I noticed that you do it when you're breathing in at the start of the thing. So that's probably when you pick it up the most. Tagami-san had 3 ahs, 1 Hono had nothing during the initial part, but later on when you were doing your evaluation, I noticed 1 ah and 4 ums. It's something that always gets me when I'm caught a little off guard on things as well. Naito-san, during the contest speech, I heard 2 ums, 1 ah, and I mentioned the well. I heard that twice used kind of as almost the same type of reason. And that, okay, Yuma had 1 and that completes my report.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster David. So lastly, let me move on to general evaluation today. So we started a little bit behind the schedule 2-3 minutes, but it kind of sounds like kind of as usual, but so we somehow managed that. It has been great. And yeah, and so and also unfortunately we missed one of the fun part word of the day due to absence of the word meister. And we have done a group feedback, which is great. And those who gave the feedback, thank you very much. Very useful and hitting the great point that Toastmaster Ichiro Naito, I'm sure you will definitely observe that and then enhanced your speech very quickly. As I have seen, you has improve your speech every time, and you will before you attend a competition, and then you win the competition. Then so good luck for your competition. And so when it comes to the table topic master, Toastmaster Victor Hirakawa, it was also fascinating table topics, and it was interesting that the topic was not disclosed before speaker was selected. So it gave us a great opportunity to come up with instant table topic speech. I found it incredibly fun, and then yes, and then that's great. And then role takers report, thank you very much. And overall, we handled a meeting professionally and flexible as usual. So thank you for all your effort. Make the meeting fun and excellent as always. That is end of my general evaluation session. So I will hand over back to Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, Yuma-san, thank you very much. Very good facilitation and summary. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's move on to the award session. Okay, and Toastmaster Naito, please announce the winner of the table topic session.
Okay, thank you very much. So we had 4 table topic speakers today, and the winner, the best table topic speaker is the migratory bird, Toastmaster Dice Kono. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay, thank you very much, Naito-san. And congratulations, Kono-san. Thank you. Yeah. I thought you were going to change the topics, but you just went on with the bird. And it was very good description. Yeah, like, want to be a bird. Never thought about it. Thank you. Okay. Did we cover everything?
You can take a group picture now, maybe.
Okay. You want to take a group picture? Photographer.
Do the T for Tokyomidtown.
Okay.
Okay. Say cheese. Okay. Okay. Everyone looking great
Good.
as usual. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much. Good time control as well. And I would like to pass the control back to our president, Toastmaster Araki. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Miyawaki-san. Okay, so we don't have guests, so any club business before closing? From anyone?
I have a couple of quick items. So the first one is relating to the share drive. So yeah, myself and Kali Naito-san did a session for some members for Pathways, and I noticed that we do have a club share drive, but we don't have many shared resources. So I was wondering if we could start using this in case anyone has any good materials to share. I believe, Miyake-san, are you the owner for this Google Drive? I wanted to check with you, but no? Okay.
Common
So
folder, huh?
I wasn't sure. Maybe we can check offline, but the idea was to have regular members have access to here for the shared resources and any club office related activities. We manage this for my other clubs, and it seems to be pretty decent for sharing resources. So maybe we could give this a go. But maybe we can check one evening after the meeting once we have a bit more time. That was the first point. The second point is regarding the area J3 contest on March 26th. So I visited the other clubs in the areas, and Tokyo Debate Toastmasters Club, which has quite a lot of members, have Toastmaster Kauchi, who's a very experienced Toastmaster. She agreed to take the chief judge role, so that's very reassuring from a organization point of view. I'm still checking with the other clubs regarding the role takers, but I'm hoping to send an update also to Tokyomidtown for some of the remaining roles. And once we have a bit more of a shape in terms of the role takers, maybe we can do something like an area council meeting between key organizers to iron out the details. But I can confirm that the organization is still on schedule for the area contest. Thank you. Back to you, President Alex.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Stefano. Anything else from anyone?
So Stefan, J3 contest is 26th in the afternoon.
26, it's morning and afternoon, but I'd also like to discuss with the organizers to see maybe we can do a compact version if we don't have many speakers. I'd like to listen to everyone's opinions so that we can organize this in an efficient and fun manner. But...
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
It looks like we have still more time. I just wanted to, suggest some ideas for the meeting to, make it more attractive. So I attend TLI sessions, a couple of TLI sessions, and there's a great breakout sessions that I have opportunity to talk to the Toastmasters from different clubs. And then, one of the good, discussion, and I also, attend, a couple of other Toastmaster clubs, like, Omotesando Bilingual Toastmasters Club, which is the Stefano Spiros members. And then, he did the good and new before the session, before starting of the session. So I think that is great. Kind of start with. So that is one of the options that we wanted. It would be great if we could do that to add it. So
Excuse me, what was that?
Good and new.
Good and new.
Good and new.
It's pretty much like a round robin session that we once did for joint meetings. So we could try something similar and test it out especially for the evening meetings if we have time.
So that everyone has the opportunity to speak English, because this Toastmaster Club is that everybody wanted to improve their English skill, English communication skill, public speaking skills. So I think one of the good idea if we do that, but that's a good idea. So I wanted to discuss again. So that, maybe we can, come up with some good idea, what can be the, something that, make the meeting more attractive for that, maybe, and then invite the new members, more new members. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that idea. Thank you. Back to you. Ie-san.
Thank you. Okay, so anything else from anyone? If not, I would like to close this meeting. And we are looking forward to meeting you again at the next meeting. So have a good rest of the day, everyone. And see you at the next meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, great.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.